Stop the hype train. I want to get off. For there are some people out there whose entire purpose seems just to be to waste everyone else's time by spreading sweet little lies that we all just want to believe. We all know we shouldn't, but we can't help ourselves. Can you? I'm talking about these YouTubers who seem to have an endless supply of mysterious, reliable sources, which allows them always to be the first to reveal the latest leaks and goss about stuff, which they manage to pump out in the form of new videos very reliably every couple of days. Now, I'm sure these types of people exist in all walks of life, but my life is plagued by tech Jesuses who seem to know everything about every upcoming launch ever. None of what they say is beyond the speculation of any semi-knowledgeable hardware fan, yet they speak with such authority and such conviction that they command your respect. As you go from clicking that exciting, confident clickbait title, you'll gradually get fed the disclaimers that things may change, that this is only a leak or rumour. And as you begin to wade through that bloated nothingness the video seems to comprise of, you just have to hope there might still be a snippet of truth in there somewhere that you'll want to hear, else you just wasted another 10 minutes of your life for absolutely nothing. Spoiler alert, that video did just waste 10 minutes of your life. Here's hoping my video isn't like that. Well, at least it's only 7 minutes long. Before the internet existed, bad things would happen to boys who cried wolf. Yet now we're in the information age, these kinds of people have been elevated to messiah status by some. For these grifters know how hungry we are for information. We're just too greedy, too hopeful for any new snippet about a topic that interests us from the flood of the internet. So we're happy to suspend our disbelief and to follow them, and are bleeding us dry for all the curiosity that we can muster. So what should we do? Well, I guess we'll just have to listen and believe all of what they say because clearly there's no other alternative. It doesn't take much effort to say that the next generation of stuff is going to be somewhere between 10 and 50% faster, or that it's going to be kind of like current ones but better. Or maybe it's going to be very different, but I can't talk about it right now, but believe me, it's going to be exciting. The art is in making it all sound persuasive and convincing enough right now, while still being vague enough to be dismissed later once it's all proven to be bullshit. And some of these people have got that down to a fine art. Once enough claims are made, then some of them will be right. It would be mighty impressive for them all to be wrong. The key is in flaunting those successes so that their followers feel validated in their beliefs, and have ammunition to prove all those naysayers wrong. Because these messiahs have been right before, so surely whatever they're saying now must have at least some truth to it also. As for the other 90% that they get wrong, well, some of it was only a bit wrong, so that's pretty much right. And as for all the stuff they get horrendously wrong, then oh look over there, a new rumour to distract from that old one they got embarrassingly wrong. Forget about how wrong they were because this new one is much more exciting and it looks to be right, according to reliable, yet still mysterious, sources. And then while you're distracted with this new leak, they can always go and massage older stuff down to make it look better, either by carefully editing out the worst bits, or by deleting whole videos and by hoping nobody notices those telltale drops in views the channel sustains as a result. Yep, these people slip out of it every time they're wrong, every time they're proven to be wrong. They'll still find a way of being like, oh, stop victimizing me, I'm just the messenger. Yeah, a messenger sent straight from bullshit. A broken clock is right twice a day, but you bet the fan base of that broken clock will sing its praises whenever the stars align and when it gets things right. But the rest of us, constrained by facts and real life, one wrong move, one mistake, and our credibility will be in ruins. Those grifters, what I'd give for a viewer base as loyal as theirs are. No offense. You see, if these grifters were stuck in their own little zone with all their believers, then it would be fine. But it doesn't stop there. Their bullshit is like a virus, spreading out, permeating every corner of the internet. And you have no idea how frustrating it is for me to attempt to do research into upcoming releases, to see dozens of news sites claiming the same thing, so I assume it to be true, only then to follow the sources back and to discover it all stemmed from a clickbait YouTuber who can't be trusted. It seems lies can spread a lot faster than the truth can, and these guys are always ahead of the pack. Love them or loathe them, you know their names. All publicity is good publicity, and they've tapped into an endless supply of new content that hundreds of new sites will happily perpetuate and give credibility to, at least until the truth catches up with them. By which time they're all long gone, moved on to the next hot fad. Why do they do this? Because their income depends on it. They need to have people constantly tuning in to view their stuff, and that's easy to do while the going's good, and when lots of cool new products are being released. But right now it's boring as hell in techland. All released stuff is yesterday's news, and it's still too early to know much about upcoming products. So the respectable creators are going back and revisiting older stuff, extracting value from that. Meanwhile, I'm here just bitching about everything. But those types of YouTubers who rely on being the first to leak new stuff, boy, their rumour mills are picking up to full spin. That's where we're at right now. Closely related to making bullshit up is simply to overhype stuff. And this is quickly becoming the way the internet works, because if you don't do it, then you'll fall behind. But even with that in mind, some people definitely take it too far. Check out rubbish like this. A friend sent me this, a Half-Life 1 remake, in a stunning first teaser. Not only is the background of this from an unrelated remake, the article itself comprised of paragraphs and paragraphs of unrelated stuff talking about how Valve made Portal 1 and Portal 2, how people hope they'll make Half-Life 3 someday, how Half-Life 3 isn't what this article is going to talk about, an interview with the Fallout TV cast, and then, eventually, a link to a picture that a lone modder had taken of Half-Life with RTX on. Good on him. Shame on Gaming Bible for doing this, for they have unquestionably clickbaited the living hell out of it, and have perfected an unlosable strategy. People either click on the clickbait or ignore it, which allows them to carry on with it anyway. Or people respond to it, giving it credibility. Or you can try and correct their clickbait, which gives them publicity. Or you can contest it and reveal the harsh reality of how clickbait the article is. But people won't care because that's being a party pooper. Or worse still, by doing this, you might think I'm going after the lone modder, even though I think it's cool what he's doing with RTX. It's Gaming Bible I have the issue with, because you know these sites don't give a damn about what it is they're covering. They only care about creating headlines that people will click on, and then plastering those articles with ads that they'll earn money from. If today I announced I wanted to make a game called Half-Life 3, you bet by tomorrow these sites will have posted bloated and irrelevant articles, clickbaitingly titled Half-Life 3 confirmed. So that's the sad reality of the situation with the internet right now. The truth just isn't good enough for us anymore. So what do you do if the cold, boring reality of life is no longer enough? Do you prefer an over-embellished version of the truth that makes you excitedly click on and then hopefully forget about how much you've been deceived? Or would you rather go further still and get blatantly lied to, years before you can discover whether it's a lie or not? To hear about upcoming products and technologies first, before all your friends, before the rest of the industry, before all the experts. So what if it's all bullshit? For the entertainment it's giving you, isn't that a price you're willing to pay?